Are you overwhelmed with all of the things you need to get done and feel like you never have the time for the things that you want to get done? Well, these 10 tips are for you today. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry my lighting is kind of terrible today. I only have this one shot to get this video filmed today while my kids are all at soccer practice with my husband. So it's not great lighting, but it is what it is. Today was the best time to film, so I'm sorry. But I have a really exciting topic that I wanted to talk to you guys today about, and that is how to manage your time as a homemaker or as a stay-at-home mom or as a homeschooler. This can be so tricky, guys, because man, there are so many things that require our time, right? We have so many irons in the fire, so many different hats that we wear, and sometimes it can feel like we're just running a hamster wheel, like we're doing all of these things but never really getting anywhere. And I know how that feels. I know that that can feel so frustrating, but I wanted to share with you guys my top tips on how I kind of keep my time managed. I'm not perfect at this by any means, but I do have a few helpful hints that I've learned along the way that have really helped me manage my time. And some of them I'm just now implementing, and they've been really helpful recently. So let me share what those are with you guys. But before I do, I wanted to say first, before you do any of these things that I'm talking about, I would really recommend that you get yourself a really good schedule or organizational system or something like that. I actually have a whole video on how I do this and kind of our family routines and everything. So I'll link it up here if you guys want to watch that and check that out. But I think that will be really helpful for you. The number one thing I would say is prioritize your non-negotiables. My top three are my time with God, connections, which are spending time with my husband and my kids, just making sure that I take one-on-one time to connect with each one of those people throughout my day, and then moving my body in some way, whether that's a workout, whether that's going on a walk with my kids, just some way to get my body moving and stay active during the day. And then after that, just prioritize certain tasks. So those are always my top three. It's like I have to get those done no matter what. And then from there, I usually will make another list of things that I really want to get done, maybe 3 things, and it's usually homeschooling, some kind of house task, whether it be sweeping and mopping the floors, and then, you know, whatever else, maybe filming a YouTube video or something like that. And so then those are the 3 things that I really want to get done in the day, and then I'll add additional things after that that can get done if I have time, but I'm not going to stress myself out to get those done. Number 2 thing, this has been huge for me in the last month, is getting up early. This will change your life, y'all. I'm telling you, this has been the best thing I have ever done in the last couple, and I've done it in seasons during my life, but for some reason lately it's been so life-giving to me. I get up at 6:30, I have my quiet time with the Lord, and then I go through my planner and kind of plan out our day for the day. I do any like little work things that I need to get done, and then the kids come up at 7:30. I make them stay in their room until 7:30. They have an alarm that goes off. They can all come up at that time. It has been so life-giving and just a really good time to be by myself. Sometimes my husband is even there for a short portion of that time, and just be with the Lord, hear from Him, be in the quiet, get my head on straight for the day, get organized for the day, and it has been tremendous in helping me manage my time. I feel like starting off the day, getting up when my alarm goes off, and kind of starting my day, managing my time right, just makes all the difference for the rest of my day. So I would highly recommend getting up early. The next one is get dressed and make your bed every day. I'm not always good at the get dressed part, but I am really good at making your bed. I do that just about every single day. It really helps me. It's like my first chore of the day, so it's almost like if I can get that done, it sets me up for a successful homemaking day after that, because I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff done on my list that needs to get done. And then getting dressed for the day, it just kind of makes you feel like, okay, I'm putting on my work uniform, I'm ready to work, I'm ready to be productive, and that just kind of helps set the tone for your day as well. And also, when you look good, you're more productive. It's just probably a fact. I'm sure it's a fact out there. Y'all search it out and let me know. The next thing is set up a solid morning routine, and an evening routine is good too. But I actually am going to have a whole video on my morning routine, an updated one for you guys, coming out next week. I'm very excited about it, so stay tuned for that. But I'll just tell you shortly, it just kind of involves waking up, putting some water on my face, getting myself woken up. I go straight to the coffee pot, fix myself some coffee, get my Bible stuff out, have my time with the Lord. Then I get my planner out, have my planning time. Sometimes I'll also grab my computer out if I need to respond to a few emails or something. I usually try to only do work stuff for like 10 minutes because I can get lost in that world really fast. And then it's just a cozy little time with my kids once they come up. And then after that, I eat breakfast, do a quick workout, and do some little house chores that I can get done before we get school started. So that's just kind of a nutshell of it. There's more, and I'll talk about that next week. But I would recommend doing like a morning routine that stays pretty much the same every single day. Will really help keep you productive and help you manage your time better. And also having an evening routine is helpful too, because really the success of your day begins the night before. It is really so true. So having a few things that you do before you go to bed, my number one thing is having a clean kitchen, because I feel like if I wake up to a dirty kitchen, my whole day is thrown off and I just can't function well for some reason for me. So I always try to do that one thing and just kind of wipe down the bathrooms, and then I just try to kind of pick up the main areas of the house, and it really sets me up for a productive day the next day, and I'm just better able to manage my home, manage my time, manage everything better when those things are done the evening before. The next thing is have a planner or some type of checklist system, because this is everything. This changed everything for me when I started doing this. After I had my fourth baby, I just needed something, just kind of keeping everything in my head as far as the cleaning and the chores. It was just not working anymore, and I needed something like on paper to help me stay on track, because it was almost like I was wandering around the house like, I know there's stuff I should be doing, but I can't think of what I need to be doing. And when you're in that newborn phase with like the sleepless nights and stuff, and your brain is just not working right, it's really hard to stay on track and keep your time managed when you just mentally are not there. So having your tasks written out beforehand, before you get to the place where you're ready to do them, really helps a lot keep you on task. This is how I do it. This is my daily checklist, and this really helps me stay on track for the day and know what I need to do, and know the cleaning chores and the different tasks that I have scheduled for each day. I have this laminated, and I just use a wet erase marker to write down the tasks that I need to do each day, even down to the water that I drink. Over here you can see, and so that helps me a lot. I'll try to link this for you guys. I just made it on Canva, and it was really easy to do. So I have different tasks that need to get done each day. They might be cleaning tasks, they might be work things, they might be things like placing a grocery order or meal planning, cleaning out the fridge. So I just, instead of doing all of that stuff on one day, which is what I used to do, like do all of my cleaning on one day, I decided to break tasks up throughout the week. And that way, when I have some time, and honestly, it's usually in the late afternoon between like 2 and 4, where I can get some of these house chores done. I already have a list in front of me ready to go. And so I know exactly what I need to do at that time of day when I have some time to do them. So this little daily checklist has really helped me keep my time managed. And I'll also set timers for some of these tasks, because y'all know if you're like deep cleaning your kitchen, or if you were picking up the house, sometimes you can really lose track of time, and that's not being a good manager of your time. So if you'll set like, if you know you have 30 minutes to get some house cleaning done, set your timer on your phone or Alexa or whatever to 30 minutes, and only work on that task for those 30 minutes, and then move on to the next thing that you need to do on your list. And it will really help you manage your time a lot better. Timers work really well. Another thing I have recently done is make myself a checklist. I actually made this on Canva, and I put it on my phone, and it's just a little simple checklist that helps me really keep on task and not get distracted, and really manage my time really well. It has really helped, especially having it on my phone next to me where I can see it a lot. But I would really recommend doing this. You could just jot this down on some notebook paper, but say, okay, 6:30, I'm gonna wake up, do devotion. 7:30, I'm gonna make my bed, start laundry. 8 a.m., I'm gonna do my workout, get dressed, so on and so on. 1 p.m., I'm gonna do my business work while the kids do quiet time. 2 p.m. is when I get my housework done. And this just really helps you be able to know what's next and to be able to manage your time. You know where all of your time is going because you are the boss of your time and you can tell it where to go. Another really big tip I have for y'all is to limit distractions. This is the biggest stealer of our time for sure, for me anyways. I can sit down on my phone and pull up Instagram and be sucked into the Instagram world, and then before I know it, an hour is gone that I've wasted, that I could have been doing so much work stuff or so much house stuff or spending time with my kids, and I'm frustrated at myself. So I actually have a setting on my phone that shuts Instagram and all of my social media platforms down after an hour a day. I only spend an hour a day on that, and sometimes I really don't even spend that much. Sometimes I only spend like 15 or 20 minutes on there quite often. But I know that that is my limit, no more, because I'm not going to be sucked into that trap and be on my phone all day, because that's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your kids to see that. It's just not good at all. So limit distractions, whether that be your phone, whether it be TV. Maybe you're a really big book reader, and books are great, but sometimes, again, you can get sucked into that, and before you know it, you've been reading a book for 3 hours and nothing got done. So just be mindful of those things. Set timers, again, if you need to, and keep yourself accountable with those things. The next thing is to share the load. I talk about this all the time, but get your family to help you. You should not have to do it all. My kids are really, really involved in the house chores. They have a lot that they have to help me with. My husband helps me a lot with stuff. He's so gracious and kind to do that. And I do not do everything on my own. I have a lot of help. And so if there's some things that you really dislike doing, give that to one of your kids to do. I'm sure that they can manage it, and that will free up a lot of your time. Is just getting some extra help with some different things. Maybe you can afford to hire a cleaning lady. That will probably take off like 3 or 4 hours of time for you during the week that you would normally spend cleaning. Now you have that time to do anything else that you might need to do. And so different phases of life too will call for different things like that, but definitely don't be afraid to delegate some of the tasks in your life that you feel like are just not a good use of your time. I have a great video on all of this, how I do chores for my kids and how I get them involved. I'll link it up here for you guys to watch. That should probably help you a lot figure out a chore system for your family if that's something that y'all need. Another thing that I have recently learned lately is to not multitask. I've been really, really guilty of this. It's been a really bad habit in my life, but I've learned that I get a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress from multitasking, and it's not a good thing. So focus on one task at a time. Set a timer for that task and stay focused on that one task for that amount of time that you have allotted for it. So if it's, okay, I'm gonna clean off the kitchen counters. Set your timer for 10 minutes, only clean off the kitchen counters. If that means you have to take everything off, put it in a laundry basket and move that laundry basket to another place in your house, do it. But don't grab something here and go to the other room and then start doing something in the other room and then grab something here and go to another. That's gonna be a vicious cycle of never-ending chores. So focus on one thing at a time. Clear off your island. Maybe put those things away and then focus on the section of countertops to the left of your sink. Clear off all of that stuff. Then focus on the other side of your sink. So just take it section by section, room by room. That will really help you stay on task. So really try not to multitask and do a million different things at once. That's gonna cause you so much stress, and that's not good for you. The other big thing, and y'all know I talk about it all the time, say no to things. You don't have to do it all. And you know what? Sometimes it's not even that you're bad at time management, it's that you're bad at saying no and you've got way too much on your plate. So think about that. When you feel like, oh, I'm a bad time manager, well, maybe you just have too much on your plate and it's not physically or humanly possible to manage all of that stuff in the 24 hours that God gives us every day. So think about that, because I find that that's usually the biggest problem for people. They actually have too many many things going, too many irons in the fire. And obviously there's seasons in life where that's unavoidable, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's just that we are bad at exercising the word no. So go ahead right now, practice it with me. Say no. Let's say it together. No. You can do it. I know you can. We got to say no to more stuff and make room for the things in life that really matter. Okay, so that is my last tip. I would love to know, what is your tip for managing your time well? What are you struggling with in time management right now? And let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer any questions and comments below, because I love, love, love hearing from you guys. And also, if you're not sure where to start, maybe start by auditing your day. Go through your day, what it looked like today, and say, okay, what did I do today? Okay, from 9 to 10, I did this. From 11 to 12, I did this. And literally write it out, and you'll see where your time is going. And then that's gonna show you a lot of what you need to change, what you need to readjust, and show you a lot right there just by doing that. So I would really recommend starting there if you don't really know where else to start. Start by auditing your day. And don't forget, you are the boss of your time, and it's up to you where your time goes, okay? So you guys can do this. We can manage our time well as homemakers, and I hope these tips really helped you and motivated you. And thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure you like this video before you head out, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.